Snappy intro. Hi and welcome. John Morris Show on a Thursday. Hey, we're glad you're with us wherever you might be tuned in today, live in the 9 a.m. hour Central Time or watching in the archive at any point during the day. We welcome you. Thanks to Brandon and Garrett behind the scenes. And here's what we have coming up a little bit later today. This will be fun. You'll hear from Alfred Anderson, former Baylor great out of Richfield High School. Kids, do you remember Richfield High School? It no longer exists. It was named after a former, was it an Air Force base that was here in Waco way back? Richfield was the name of it. So that's where the name of the school came from. But in consolidation in the 80s, Richfield combined with, I guess, Waco High, and they took the Waco High name, they took the Richfield colors, and so Richfield doesn't exist anymore. But Alfred Anderson was a star quarterback, a blue-chip quarterback at Richfield, came to Baylor, had a great career here, had a great career in the pros, most notably with the Minnesota Vikings. And Alfred's been selected to the Texas High School Football Hall of Fame. So a tremendous honor for him. Very deserving, and we'll visit with him coming up in the hour. Plus, we are 1 week away as of today from the NFL draft. We'll ask Alfred about his draft experience coming out of Baylor. So that's coming up a little bit later. Let you hear a clip from Joe Klanderman and Jake Spavital, the two Baylor football coordinators who were with us yesterday on the bonus show from the Brazos Landing. Baylor football back on the practice field today. They'll go Saturday, a big scrimmage Saturday. Coach Spav told us this is maybe the biggest scrimmage of spring for the Bears. Saturday morning, they hope at McLean Stadium. If there's rain, they may have to move indoors. Sorry to say it is not open to the public, but a big scrimmage coming up on Saturday for Baylor football. And we'll touch on all the other events from Baylor athletics going on. Busy time here in the spring. We are brought to you every day of the week by Alliance Bank Central Texas and by the Brazos Landing. Fun to be at the Brazos Landing yesterday. And thanks again to Claude and Becky Lindsay. Tremendous hospitality and hosts there. Just love those folks. And they are great. And I saw Claude and Becky at the Baylor softball game last night. They were sitting a few rows down from our booth over to the right. So they were there. Can't say they were there at the end, but they were there for part of the game. We'll start with that. Baylor softball playing Texas A&M last night. And it was pretty much all Aggies in that game. 6-run first inning for A&M. And the game wasn't over. Baylor kept chipping away, and Bears got 2 in the bottom of the first, added runs, so they got as close as 6-3. Then A&M kept scoring, and Baylor didn't. 3 in the 7th, made the final 10-3 A&M over Baylor last night. That's a really good Texas A&M team. They're ranked number 11 in the nation. They're alone in 4th place in the SEC standings. And it was a great atmosphere at the game. Kelly Harrell and I doing the game last night, and we both agreed, this is something that needs to continue, and there's a lot of reasons for that. Baylor and A&M, just a great rivalry, great history, so much history between the two schools. It goes back to Southwest Conference days, and certainly Big 12 until A&M bolted for the SEC. But a lot of history in softball. A&M is the second most played rival for Baylor, second most. Garrett, who do you think would be number 1? Most played rival for Baylor softball through the years?
It's either got to be Texas or TCU.
Very good.
I would say Texas.
I said the same thing. Kelly and I said the same thing on the air. Texas, but it's not. It's Texas Tech.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that wild?
I would have thought it would have been TCU.
I know.
Just, I guess, proximity and everything.
Right.
Wow. Okay.
All the history. Yeah. But Texas Tech, most played rival. Texas A&M number 2. Texas is number 3. Cool. So there's that bit of trivia on this Thursday morning. But I say all that to say there's a lot of history there. There's a lot of blended families that have some Aggie and some Baylor, blood on both sides, and not literal blood between the two. Friendly rivalry, but it was just fun, to have A&M in Waco at Klanderman Stadium for the game. And it makes a lot of sense. Also, it's a really good RPI game for both Baylor and for Texas A&M, especially for Baylor. But it was A&M put it on the Bears last night. They had 2 home runs in the game. That is now, I think I'm right, 63 home runs on the season for A&M. 63 in 30, 32, 33 games. So that is a power hitting team. They had 358 as a team coming. Is that right? Sounds really high. Above 300, well above 300 for the team batting average for A&M. Got a big first baseman, Maya Perez, hitting 453. That's what I was thinking of. She's hitting 453 coming into the game. Really dangerous hitter. And so A&M played like they have been all year, and they put it on Baylor, jumped to a 6-0 lead in the first inning. And Bears made it interesting, and Peyton Tanner came out of the bullpen for Baylor softball, and she relieved Cambry Kreger, the starter. And Peyton Tanner actually did really, really well during her 5+ innings on the field. What'd you find out?
It is 357 batting average.
Good gosh, I said that.
357 batting average. That's insane.
I know. I said that, and I thought it can't be that high.
Wow.
But it is. That's impressive.
Yes.
So we did not get updated notes from Texas A&M. That's a bit of a point of contention. So here's how it works for events at this level, at a college level, and certainly a Power 4 level. Athletic communications at the schools provide game notes. Garrett, you know what that is.
Yep.
Most people do. You've heard of them. I don't know if you see them or not, but they're sort of the lifeblood for those of us who are doing the broadcast, or those who are maybe writing a story. It gives you all the notes, and the connections and stats and all of that. So you get to where you expect game notes, for every game. Well, Texas A&M, their guy, Tyler Pound, who wasn't there last night, he sent a student, from their athletic communications office. But he said, no, we don't do game notes for midweek games. And we said, okay. And he said, here's a link to our notes from last weekend when they played Ole Miss.
Right.
So they do game notes for their weekend conference series. They just don't do them for midweek. And I thought that was a little, to each his own. There are cuts all over the place in those kinds of areas. Maybe they've had cuts, and that's one way they cut back is by not doing game notes, but for the midweek games. But I missed them, really. Kelly and I made a couple of vague references to stale notes last night because we were going off the notes that they had for the weekend prior series against Ole Miss, and things change after that series. So we made it through okay, but it was just a little surprising that a big SEC school like A&M wouldn't do updated game notes for this game.
To me, you would have, I understand, if you look at Cal, right? Like Cal's whole athletic communications is getting big cuts, but you would have people in place to do that. It's game notes. I don't know. That just kind of seems a little petty.
Well, and I compare it to our department, our athletic communications department, and they're shorthanded and have been for a while. But Matt Roberts, he had game notes.
Do it.
Yeah, man, he had up-to-date game notes for that game last night. Now, what he does, he combines them. It was the A&M game last night and the Utah series Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So he's got those combined with which is what we got last night, and then he'll update them moving forward to the Utah series. But I just thought it was a little strange. But again, all that to say, it's a great history and a great rivalry between Baylor and A&M. And we showed several shots during the night of here's a guy and a girl, Baylor, in their Baylor gold shirts, and on either side of them are Aggies, and right behind them are Aggies. So all around, and it was a sold-out game, sold-out crowd, really good. Steve Campbell was there front and center. But I think there's a place for Baylor and A&M to still play each other, even though it's non-conference. And I feel the same way about Baylor and Texas. So hope that continues. It is a little different. We don't see them regularly, but it is good when we do get together with Texas A&M. So that was last night. Baylor softball falling 10-3 to the Aggies last night. They'll host Utah, a 3-game series this weekend. Friday at 6:30, Saturday at 2, Sunday at I think 11 a.m. on Sunday morning. Watching the weather on Saturday to see how that might impact the schedule this weekend. Baseball back in action this weekend. A big series against TCU. A gold out at Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark on Friday. And they'll play Friday, Saturday, and Sunday against TCU. So that's ahead. Baylor tennis, men's and women's tennis in action today. In fact, one of them, the men underway right now, started at the top of the hour in the Big 12 tournament in Orlando for Baylor men's and women's tennis. All right, we're off and running on this Thursday. We'll take a break. When we come back, let you hear a couple of clips from our visit with the 2 Baylor football coordinators from yesterday. Our bonus show at the Brazos Landing. Really fun to have Nick Florence there with us. And Nick, we publicly made the announcement, I guess, that Nick won't be back with us on the football broadcast this year. I hate that. He did a great job in his first year, but he has a 10-year-old and a 6-year-old at home, and he feels like he'd be missing too much with them. And I certainly support and affirm that in his decision. But we'll miss Nick. He did a really good job, really smart guy, Baylor guy through and through, and he was just a perfect person to have in that color analyst seat for our football broadcast. So Nick was there. Jake Spavital was there. Joe Klanderman was there yesterday. We'll hear from the 2 coordinators when we come back. That was the show yesterday from the Brazos Landing. Great to be there. It reminds me again to remind you that they are open Tuesday through Sunday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. The $12 lunch menu, everything it's cracked up to be. And they are located where I-35 and the Brazos River meet, right across the Brazos from Foster Pavilion, right across the interstate from McLean Stadium. Just a wonderful location. Things were hopping there yesterday, and a lot of fun. You'll enjoy it. Becky Lindsay visiting with us sent out the word you might want to start thinking about and making reservations now for Baylor graduation in May or Mother's Day in May. Not too early to make those reservations. Give them a call at 254-753-2778 and get your spot reserved for that one of those big events or any big event at the Brazos Landing. Appreciate them greatly, as we do Alliance Bank Central Texas. And we'll take a break. Back with more in a moment. John Morris Show on a Thursday.
Hey, it's Zach Gelb. We're talking NFL and college football. Plus, we have some of the biggest interviews in sports media. You got to check out the Zach Gelb Show right here on 365 Sports, weekdays, 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 to 3 p.m. Central. And make sure you subscribe to my channel, youtube.com/@Zach Gelb Show.
Morrison's Gifts, Waco's oldest family-owned gift store, wants to ask a question to the guys out there. Don't you just love gift giving? Does John Hart, Consuela, or Jellycat mean anything to you? If not, at Morrison's, we have your answers and your back. For 47 years, we have guided men and you ladies through the trauma of selecting the right gift for the right person. Come and see us at 4312 West Waco Drive in the Brazos Square Center, close to Jason's Deli. That's Morrison's Gifts, owned by a proud Baylor Bear.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
We're celebrating the declaration of deals at Allen Samuels in Waco. Right now, get $11,000 off a new Ram 1500 Lone Star, plus 2.9% for 72 months. Cash in on $11,000 off a new Ram 2500 Lone Star Crew Cab, or choose 0% for 36 months, plus no payments for 90 days. Feel secure with America's best full-size truck powertrain 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty at Allen Samuels.
Come by, let's be friends. Are you looking for top-shelf sports talk about the West Virginia Mountaineers, where you can get objective analysis, but with the passion of a fan? Well, look no further than right here at Couz's Corner. I am Justin Couz Walker, the host of Couz's Corner, and you can find my show on demand over at YouTube. Most shows are uploaded by 5 p.m. Eastern Time. You can also check out my live post-game reaction shows. My special guest interviews, you can find it all on YouTube at Couz's Corner. Go check it out.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people, from first accounts to business growth. They actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Welcome back, John Morris Show. Thanks to Alliance Bank Central Texas. Great folks there, great locations, 7 of them around Central Texas to serve you better. They value their relationships with their customers and with their communities. Congratulations to Alliance Bank Central Texas. They've been named by Forbes 2025 Best In-State Banks. And if you'll visit there, you'll see why. So thanks to all the good folks at Alliance Bank Central Texas. Thanks also to the Lake Waco Golf Club, a semi-private facility nestled along the north point of Lake Waco, one of the few facilities in Texas to have a full 18-hole regulation golf course, plus an executive 18-hole par 3 course. I know a lot of people who like that par 3 course out there. Their bar and grill is open to the public. Check them out at lakewacogc.com, lakewacogc.com. Remember when we had Amy Lawrence on with us last week? Mm-hmm. I think it was last Thursday.
Yep.
She's this pro, she's got all this experience, ESPN radio, overnight, CBS Sports Radio. And we get to a live read, and I say, here, you read this. Yeah, and I hand it to her cold. She didn't know.
She crushed it.
She did. She absolutely did. So it turned out really, really well. But I looked back on it, and I thought, gee, I really put her in a bad spot there. But she did crush it. So that was cool. We welcome you back, and it was fun to be at the Brazos Landing yesterday for the bonus show. Oh, thanks to Steve Campbell, who is tuned in. Steve, appreciate you. He says he will be planning on being at Rudy's tonight. That's our Baylor coaches show. Good reminder. This will be a good bat and ball show tonight. Mitch Thompson, Baylor baseball coach, will be with us 6 to 6:30 with baseball hosting TCU this weekend. And then Glenn Moore will be with us, Baylor softball coach, Mr. 1100. And that'll be 6:30 to 7 with softball coming off the A&M game and hosting Utah this weekend. So that'll be a fun night at Rudy's. Come join us there. We look forward to that for our Baylor coaches show this evening, 6 to 7 p.m. Not at Rudy's. Be at Rudy's tonight at the Brazos Landing yesterday, and we had the 2 football coordinators with us. Let you hear a little bit from Jake Spavital now, the offensive coordinator with the Bears. A lot of attention on the offense, quite obviously. DJ Lagway coming in. He had some great information about DJ. Did you hear him say, Garrett, at one point, I asked him, who have you coached that would be similar, or who would you compare DJ Lagway to? And he really thought it through, and he named a few names, and he said, but really nobody. He's really unique in his skill set. Nobody that he has coached that he would compare to DJ Lagway.
And that's high praise because Spavital's had a lot of really good quarterbacks that he's developed. I think he's one of the better offensive minds in the game that we have right now, especially with how that's spread out, and that's his philosophy with it. But yeah, that's high praise for DJ Lagway, and I'm not surprised. Lagway's just different.
Yeah.
He's really an all around. From character to passing, running, everything you want, DJ Lagway's
size, arm, all that stuff. Yeah. Well, and remember, Spav coached Johnny Manziel, Heisman Trophy winner, and Kyler Murray at Texas A&M. So he has coached some quarterbacks in his time, but really high praise there. Here is Coach Spav, kind of an umbrella question about how has spring gone so far for the offense?
It's been great so far. Just with spring, like you forget that we're a brand new team.
Yeah.
Like you have really a brand new offensive line, a new quarterback. There's some familiarity at some positions with like our running back room. We have some more tight ends that are now like a part of our program, and also like the receiver position as well. We've had some pretty good additions. So we've been doing really base with our install, just kind of doing day one type of stuff just to see what they're capable of doing. It's like I was talking to you a little bit earlier. It's just you're throwing all sorts of run schemes at them. We're doing pin and pull and gap schemes and outside zone schemes and inside zone. And we're trying to figure out what they're good at. And, are we going to be more of an athletic offensive line? Are we going to be more of a power offensive line? But it's also, I'm a big choice route guy. I do a lot of choice routes, and it takes a lot. It's a tedious process. And like normally when you get new guys in, that's kind of a growing pain with like a lot of these kids because I give them so much freedom. And once they kind of understand how you just got to get open and find grass, it's really fun to watch that develop and hit. And we've been really just doing that and just working on our culture and getting to know these guys.
All right, there's Jake Spavital, part of our conversation yesterday. You can find the entire interview with Jake Spavital available archived. Just search Jake Spavital, Baylor Football, John Morris Show, any of those on YouTube, on X, on Facebook, and you could find that. So really fun to visit with him. Also, Joe Klanderman, the new defensive coordinator for Baylor, he was there yesterday. A lot of new on defense with Klanderman, the new defensive coordinator, and Coach Aranda handing off the reins of the defense to play calling to Coach Klanderman. A couple of new defensive assistant coaches. So that's the question for Coach Klanderman. How's that going with all the new coaches, players on the defensive side of the ball?
Really interesting because, as you mentioned, there were so many new guys. Coach Aranda in a team meeting the other day asked players, staff, everybody, if you're new here, raise your hand, and dang, the whole room.
I bet.
So it was being built. And I think Coach Aranda has done as good of a job as I've ever seen or heard of being very deliberate in building that. He's doing an incredible job. It's for our eyes only, right? So people don't kind of know what's going on in that building, but he is doing, in my eyes, as good of a job as can be done in that regard.
Yeah.
Just the three things that he and we talk about is tough, smart, and dependable. We're going to win games at Baylor because we're tougher mentally and physically. We're going to win games because we don't beat ourselves. We're smart. And we want to be dependable people on and off the field, and that's the core of what we're trying to do.
Love that. That's great. And he's done a good job also of handing things off to you, hadn't he? I mean, he's called plays the last 2 years defensively. He's got the defensive background, but part of this transition is him being able to release that to you.
Yeah. It's and he's been awesome that way. He hasn't. He hasn't, even really been around the defense as much as probably, which is probably good for him. He's spending some time on offense and maybe being around what they think and what they know a little bit more, which is probably helping him professionally to be a better head football coach.
Good.
But that being said, I mean, he's a super sharp football mind, and so my ability to go down the hall and ask him what he thinks, or ask him, hey, how have you done this, or is invaluable to me, and I like having that down the hall.
Really, really good to talk to Coach Klanderman. What a great hire to get him here as Baylor's defensive coordinator, and a lot of good information there about the Baylor defense from Coach Klanderman. With 5 practices left in the spring, no spring game per se, but they'll wrap up spring drills next Saturday, the 25th, an open practice at McLean Stadium, part of the Fan Fest activities next weekend. So fun to visit with those guys. Appreciate their time at the Brazos Landing yesterday. All right, we'll take a break. One of Baylor's all-time greats, Alfred Anderson, joins us on the other side. We are brought to you in part by DeCampley's. Italy meets Texas at DeCampley's every day in a warm and authentic experience, serving lunch and dinner Monday through Saturday with special off-menu items available on Fridays and Saturdays. DeCampley's in Waco, serving the best authentic Italian dishes. Take a break. Back with more in a moment from the TFNB studios and historic Elm Avenue in Waco. We'll be right back after this.
We're celebrating the Declaration of Deals at Allen Samuels in Waco. Right now, get $11,000 off a new Ram 1500 Lone Star, plus 2.9% for 72 months. Cash in on $11,000 off a new Ram 2500 Lone Star Crew Cab, or choose 0% for 36 months, plus no payments for 90 days. Feel secure with America's best full-size truck powertrain 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty at Allen Samuels.
Come by, let's be friends.
The Pete Souza Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. You want to talk NFL draft? I don't know. How about we get you Todd McShay? You want to talk Big 12? We can get you the commissioner. Somebody about the Cowboys? How about we have on the owner, Stephen Jones? Pop culture? Michelle Beadle. I mean, we will bring on the people that you want to hear from. And these people don't join us because of me. They join us because of you. You got to watch this show, okay? It's got everything you need. Sports, hijinks, laughs. Did I mention hijinks? We'll see you on the Pete Souza Show. Now, we are under the 365 Sports umbrella. Check it out. I'm wearing a Tulane shirt. No idea why.
It's the Pete Souza Show. Sports.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
Looking for football talk without the fluff? It's Down and Dirty with Scott Mitchell, a former NFL quarterback breaking down the game from the inside, plus real conversations about sports, leadership, life, and everything in between. No hot takes for clicks, just honest analysis, strong opinions, and stories you won't hear anywhere else. Football talk and more, the way it's supposed to be. Subscribe now to Down and Dirty with Scott Mitchell on YouTube.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. And welcome back, John Morris Show on this Thursday morning. We're brought to you by the Brazos Landing and by Alliance Bank Central Texas. And pleased to welcome in our next guest headed into the Hall of Fame, Texas High School Football Hall of Fame. He's already a member of the Baylor Athletics Hall of Fame, Alfred Anderson. joins us this morning. Alfred, good morning to you. Thanks for your time, and congratulations to you.
Well, thank you so much, John. Appreciate that. It's a very exciting moment for me personally.
I'm sure that's true. Really a great honor. And I was saying earlier, goes back to Richfield High School, your time there. And there's people watching and listening who don't remember Richfield High School. That's going back a ways.
That is so true. I want to say Waco Richfield probably ended in 1986. That's how long it's been since it was called Waco Richfield. So it's been a long time.
That's true. That's what I was thinking, mid-'80s. So that sounds about right, 1986. Did that hit you hard with consolidation when all of a sudden there was no more Richfield High School?
Well, on one side it's kind of sad. Then on the other side, it's good because we're competing against Temple and Killeen at the time when they only had one high school. Because we had 4 high schools, and so we couldn't get a full team like they could have.
Yeah.
Have all the best top players playing in one high school. So it was very difficult and tough, but at the same time, when they did combine all 3 high schools together, Waco High now, they were competing. They were going deep into the district and things like that, compared to when I played, only one team could advance to the playoff, but now you can get like 3 teams at least.
Yeah.
At the same time, the same district, going into the playoff and things like that. So yeah, it definitely has changed over the years.
Yeah, for sure. And that's a good point. I mean, if you made the playoffs, if you won your district and made the playoffs, you earned it. I mean, there was no sneaking in or backing in because only one team made it. So, and in a really tough district like you guys competed in during that time.
That is correct. So it's fun to watch now and to see, Waco High, and to compete and have an opportunity as well. So very exciting.
You were a quarterback. I remember a highly recruited blue chip quarterback at Richfield High School, and then made the transition at Baylor to more of a running back, and then a great Baylor career and pro career as a running back. What do you remember about how did Coach Taft break that to you or make the change, move you from a quarterback to a running back?
Well, the first thing, before I got to Baylor, I played in the Texas Oil Bowl game against Texas and Oklahoma. And during that game, I broke my wrists. And I didn't know it. I played the whole game with an injured wrist, not knowing it was fractured. I knew something was wrong, but I couldn't put my finger on. When I was throwing the ball was falling short. And I remember after the game, Coach Taft came up to me and said, "Hey, Alfred, when you get back to Waco, go see Skip Cox. And let's get that wrist x-rayed." And so I went and got it x-rayed, found out it was a hairline fracture. And so my freshman year, I had to wear a cast for about 8 weeks. So I knew I couldn't play quarterback at that time. And so as a freshman, Coach Taft moved me to running back. And then my sophomore year, going into the spring into my sophomore year, I did play quarterback for the spring. And then every year, Coach Taft and I would sit down and talk just to see where I would fit in to help the team. And, me personally being a team player, I always wanted to be a team player and always have been, always will be. And so we sat down going into my sophomore year. The Radar Holtz, who was a flanker receiver, had just graduated. And so we didn't have a flanker. So Coach Taft said, "Hey, Alfred, would you like to play flanker?" Because Mike Brandon was coming back, his senior year at quarterback. And I said, "Coach Taft, I just want to play." That's my main thing. I just want to be on the field and be able to play. And so I played flanker my sophomore year, and then my junior year, Coach Alfred and I got together again. Like I said, every spring we always sit down and talk. And so at that point, we didn't have no running back because then Gentry and Lawrence Abercrombie was leaving.
Right.
And so it was like, well, if I was going to play running back, at least just give me an opportunity to play 2 years in a row and get that experience. Because ever since junior high, high school, I always played a different position every year. So I never played one position more than 2 years. And so I felt that would give me the experience at the running back position to get that experience that I need to go to the next level. And so that's how it all went down.
That's a great story. And, as I think back on it, Coach Taft, he wanted what was best for the team, but he wanted what was best for you also, right? Like he knew you had pro potential after Baylor, and he wanted to be a good situation for you as well.
That's Coach Taft. He always wanted to make the position or the opportunity better in your favor in the long run, and that's what he did. And like I said, he has been very special to me, from the time he recruited me. It's a good thing that our relationship is so special because he took the time to recruit me coming out of high school, where other coaches was assistant coaches. So I knew that whatever he was telling me, I could take it to the bank compared to assistant coaches. So that's why, we have a great relationship, almost like a father-son relationship, because he was always there and always the motivator and the coach that I enjoy and love playing for. And also the most important thing, the relationship that we have built over the years.
Yeah. I was going to say that Coach Taft, there's a lot of guys that played for him that would say they have that kind of relationship with Coach Taft, father-son relationship. But with you guys, man, it's something, it's like at another level, because when I see you guys together, you are like a son to him. And I know how you feel about Donnell, and you look at Tammy and Tracy and Lane as your sisters almost, don't you? I mean, that is a really deep, enduring relationship that you have with the Taft family.
That's right. That's a true fact. Like I said, I call Mama Taft, Lane, Tammy, Tracy, they're like my sisters.
Yeah.
And like I said, the funny part of my senior year, what Coach Taft would do, he would tell Lane, because Lane was like 3 years under me.
Yeah.
So every time a recruiter comes to visit me at Richfield, Lane will go back and tell her dad, hey, take me with you today. I see you. So.
Oh, that's great. A spy. She was a spy.
So he knew who was there and everything. So.
That's funny. I've never heard that before. That's a pretty good story. So Lane the spy at Richfield High School. That's really good. Alfred, what does this mean to you going into the Texas High School football Hall of Fame? It's a great class, and you think about high school football in the state of Texas, and you're now, up there with the greats. What does that mean to you?
Oh, man, this is a great honor to have the opportunity to go into this class of 2026. Always dreamed of this and the opportunity, and finally you get the opportunity. The good thing about it, you get, it's not too late. You're alive to be able to experience this with my family, friends, my teammates. So I'm excited about it, because like I told my teammates, it's not about me. Without them, none of this is possible. And also without God, it's impossible. But with God, everything is possible. And so I'm just excited to share this moment with family, friends, and my teammates. I'm looking forward for May the 9th.
Amen to that. Man, I'm so happy for you. I hope I can be there on May 9th. If I can make it work, I'm going to be there for the induction. And congratulations to you. Great to have you on this morning. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, John. Appreciate you.
All right. I'll see you soon. Thank you very much. Love you, man. Alfred Anderson, one of Baylor's all-time greats, and quite obviously one of Richfield High School's all-time greats, going into the Texas High School Football Hall of Fame. The induction banquet is May 9th here in Waco. Tickets are available through the Texas Sports Hall of Fame. And here's the class. You saw that graphic, but here are names to go with those pictures in this year's class. Dickie Morton is going in from 1969 and before. He's out of Kimball High School in Dallas. Alfred Anderson, representing the decade of the 70s from Richfield High School. Edwin Simmons, running back from Hawkins High School in the 80s. Dane Johnson, South Lake Carroll in the 90s. Andy Dalton, Katy High School from the 2000s. The Dave Campbell contributor to the game is Mike Garrick from Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, which is just terrific. They have been such a supporter of the Texas High School Football Hall of Fame and so many athletic events through the years. So really nice to honor Mike Garrick in that way. The Dave Campbell contributor to the game is Dallas Houston, the longtime Brownwood play-by-play man. Dallas has done I don't know how many games, thousands of games through the years. So very nice to recognize him. The Eddie Joseph Coach of the Year, Terry Cron, who coached at, Gary, you remember him from Bartlett, Commerce, and Mart High Schools. And then the Eddie Joseph Coach, I guess there's two of them, Chris Kading from Canadian High School. So there's the class, and Alfred Anderson, a part of that class. Isn't that Garrett, isn't that a great class going into the High School Football Hall of Fame this year?
It really is. I mean, I love seeing the groups that come out every year. It's really remarkable. And those teams that he had at Canadian were unreal. Like pound for pound, some of the best teams in Texas high school football history. It was absurd that what they were able to do. And jumping from classification, like they went up and still won state. It was remarkable. But no, it's a great class, great honor, and all those guys truly earned it.
That is nice. May 9th is the induction banquet, and Alfred will be there along with this great class. You can get more information or get tickets through the Texas Sports Hall of Fame. And the High School Football Hall of Fame, I think you know this, it's part of the Texas Sports Hall of Fame. And so you go there and you can go into that wing and see all the high school history. You can go into the Tennis Museum and Hall of Fame, the Southwest Conference Hall of Fame, so many areas of the Texas Sports Hall of Fame right down there on University Parks Drive in Waco. All right, thanks to Alfred. Great to catch up with him. And let's take a break. We'll be back with more in just a moment. Final segment, John Morris Show on a Thursday. We are brought to you in part by Toe King, here to help the next time you're stuck on the road. That's Gary Hoffman and his great group. Locally owned and family-run business, Toe King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with highly trained operators. Toe King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Toe King today, or maybe not today, but maybe the next time you need help, you're going to want to call Toe King. They are here to our business keeps them on their toes. So check out Toe King the next time you need help on the road. Take a break. Back with more in a moment. Thanks to the Brazos Landing and Alliance Bank, Central Texas, and we'll return right after this.
Bumblebee Blinds of Waco and Temple is your one-stop shop for custom window treatment, transforming your vision into reality. Choose from a selection of shades, blinds, shutters, and curtains. Bumblebee Blinds stands behind our service and products, ensuring peace of mind with our trusted warranty. Call Bumblebee Blinds today to schedule your design consultation. Bumblebee Blinds, simplifying window treatments one covering at a time. BumblebeeBlinds.com.
The Pete Souza Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. You want to talk NFL draft? I don't know. How about we get you Todd McShay? You want to talk Big 12? We can get you the commissioner. Somebody about the Cowboys? How about we have on the owner, Stephen Jones? Pop culture? Michelle Beadle. I mean, we will bring on the people that you want to hear from. And these people don't join us because of me. They join us because of you. You got to watch this show, okay? It's got everything you need. Sports, hijinks, laughs. Did I mention hijinks? We'll see you on the Pete Souza Show. Now, we are under the 365 Sports umbrella. Check it out. I'm wearing a Tulane shirt. No idea why.
It's the Pete Souza Show. Sports.
Lake Waco Golf Club is a semi-private facility nestled along the north point of Lake Waco, one of the few facilities in Texas to have a full 18-hole regulation golf course as well as an executive 18-hole par 3 golf course. Plus, check out their bar and grill, which is open to the public. And if you're not a golfer, then enjoy time by the pool or even enjoy fishing around Lake Waco. Become a member today and call to book your tee time. Lake Waco Golf Club, where family and friends fun begins. Check them out at lakewacogc.com for more information.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
We're celebrating the Declaration of Deals at Allen Samuels in Waco. Right now, get $11,000 off a new Ram 1500 Lone Star, plus 2.9% for 72 months. Cash in on $11,000 off a new Ram 2500 Lone Star Crew Cab, or choose 0% for 36 months, plus no payments for 90 days. Feel secure with America's best full-size truck powertrain 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty at Allen Samuels.
Come by, let's be friends.
This year, I made a New Year's resolution. I want every business to own a new copier from CTWP. Call me, Leroy the Copier Dog. Let's get you a copier delivered today. CTWP, your local copier company.
Looking for football talk without the fluff? It's Down and Dirty with Scott Mitchell, a former NFL quarterback breaking down the game from the inside, plus real conversations about sports, leadership, life, and everything in between. No hot takes for clicks, just honest analysis, strong opinions, and stories you won't hear anywhere else. Football talk and more, the way it's supposed to be. Subscribe now to Down and Dirty with Scott Mitchell on YouTube.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. And welcome back. Final segment, John Morris Show on a Thursday morning. Do appreciate you being with us from the TFNB studios, historic Elm Avenue in Waco, where it looks like the sun's starting to pop out now. Thought it might be overcast again all day today, 70 up to 73 degrees right now, but we'll see. Maybe make it through today. Windy tomorrow, they say. Chance of rain looking like 80% at some point on Saturday. So that's ahead weather-wise. There's your view out the weather window here from the TFNB studios on Elm Avenue. We're brought to you in part by Bumblebee Blinds. How about that? Are you looking to add a touch of elegance and functionality to your home or business? Look no further than Bumblebee Blinds in Waco or Temple. Their wide range of window treatment can transform any space. They offer free consultations. They'll work with you to bring your vision to life. And call now and receive 30% off. So take advantage of that. Call Kayla at 254-844-7939. That's 254-844-7939 for 30% off from Bumblebee Blinds of Waco and Temple. All right, we like to share birthdays with you. Fun to do, fun to recognize people on their birthdays. So let's do that today. Today, 16th day of April. It's Robert Mills' birthday. A lot of you know Robert, one of the great fishermen here in Central Texas. He and Alton Jones, no telling how much time they have spent together out on the waterways. But happy birthday to Robert Mills today. It is Judge Todd Little's birthday. He is a good Baylor man and up in Red Oak. Happy birthday to Todd Little. See him at a ton of Baylor athletic events. S.K. Savage, her birthday, former pole vaulter and worked with us in athletic communications. Happy birthday to her. It's John Murray's birthday today. So John, former Trace from Lubbock, his dad, Ken Murray, legendary trainer at Texas Tech, along the lines of Skip Cox, who Alfred mentioned his name, and Mike Sims. And Ken Murray was, one of their contemporaries at Texas Tech. And then his son John comes along, and he goes into the same business, and John becomes a legendary trainer himself. So happy birthday to John Murray out in Lubbock. I don't think he's still with Tech, but he was for a long time, but still in Lubbock. So happy birthday to John Murray. So those are the ones that I have today. If I missed you, I apologize. But those are the birthdays that I have today. One note to finish. Remember yesterday, I told you it was our son MJ and his wife Caroline's anniversary. Garrett, their third anniversary was yesterday. Mm-hmm. And interesting that it falls on April the 15th. I mean, that's the date that a lot of people associate with paying taxes, and we associate with MJ and Caroline's wedding. So fun, and merge those two, tax day and their anniversary. When MJ was, when they were planning their wedding, and it was at the Earl Harrison house I talked about yesterday mm-hmm. here in Waco, and MJ had in mind he'd like to have a really cool car for them to drive away in, Yep. And I said, well, what does a cool car mean to you? And he said, something vintage. And I said, all right, I know some people around. Let me work on that for you. So I start working on trying to find some kind of a vintage car that he will like. And that basketball season, I'm walking in to the Farrell Center to a game, and here's this. It's like a British roadster, I would say, in the parking lot at the Farrell Center. And I don't know, and I don't remember the model. I should, but I don't. But it was something that I thought, whoa, this might be something, that MJ would like, for their getaway car after their wedding and their reception. And so it's in the parking lot at the Farrell Center. I take a picture of it to send to him. And I include in the picture the parking space because this person had a designated parking space. And I thought I can go to the Bear Foundation, see who has that space and know who owns that car. And I do. And MJ loves it. He sees it and he says, yes, that would be great. And I said, all right, let me work on it for you. So I talked to the Bear Foundation. I find out who has that parking space, thus who owns that car. And it is Moose Stovall is his name. Moose and Amy Stovall live up at Lake Whitney. And I call him out of the blue. Imagine this phone call, but I call him out of the blue and introduce myself and say, hey, my son's getting married. He's looking for a car to leave, the reception in. I saw your car in the parking lot. And he said, yeah. I said, I got several. Why don't you come up and take a look? And we said, great. So MJ and Terry and I, we go up there to, and I don't know if Caroline was with us or not, but we go up there to his house and meet Moose and Amy in person. And he really is a collector of these vintage cars. And he has a bunch of them. And we look at this one that we saw, and MJ's looking at all of them. And Moose, I think thinking back on it, he kind of wanted to direct MJ to another one, not this one, but he was very gracious. And so he says, sure, I would love for you to borrow this for your wedding, leaving your wedding. He said, let's take a test drive. So this is at their house. And obviously, you know, it's a clutch, and MJ hadn't driven a clutch much at all. And being a British vehicle, the pedals are real narrow and real close together.
Right.
So MJ size 12, I think, foot doesn't hardly fit on those pedals. So he's got to navigate that. And they go, Moose and MJ go driving off on this test drive in this car, no telling what it's worth, but they go off and come back in a little bit, and man, you can tell he's loving it. he's had the lesson in driving that car. So they say, okay, you're welcome to this. And we say, oh, can't thank you enough. We appreciate it so much. And the night of the wedding, they bring the car to Waco. They brought it from Lake Whitney. They brought it there, and we've got it, you know, set staging area. And after the wedding, you know, and the reception, which was a great reception, the band was terrific. What was their name? Blackwater or something from Dallas, but a great reception. And then it comes time to leave, and everybody has sparklers on the runway, you know, on the roadway there. And here's MJ in this car. And there's a picture that's famous to our family of them about to take off. And it's MJ, and the look on his face is, oh, I got to drive this car in front of all my friends and family. And Caroline's just, yeah, this is great. You know, that's the look on her face. And then behind us, you can see Terry and I, and the look on our face is, okay, man, you gotta do this right. And John and Julie Krimpa, Caroline's parents, they're like kind of the same way. All right, don't run over your friends here. And then Moose and Amy are actually in the picture standing back there with us, and they're a little bit, a little apprehensive. Right. So he takes off, and there's a little bit of a jerk start, and then he takes off and goes around down the street, around the corner, and stops right there. And then Moose and Amy come around and meet them and take the car from there and take it back home. They were very, very gracious to us. But the story of that car, how we found it, how they allowed MJ to use that for his wedding, and just his focus of thinking, all right, I've got to push this clutch and turn this, and I got to go, and my feet got to fit on this. And all of that is one of the great stories of the wedding. So it fits in. So Moose is a CPA also. Right. So he is busy, probably busiest time of the year has just been completed with tax day yesterday. So all that comes together on April 15th. And I say thanks again to Moose and Amy Stovall. They have been very, very, very kind and generous to us.
That's remarkable. Not a lot of people would do that. Not a lot of people would trust you and even take you out to drive. Like, I cannot drive a standard to save my life.
I know.
Shout out to MJ for figuring that out. He's better than I can be doing that.
He's a smart guy. I mean, he can figure it out, but they were very, very nice to let us do that. So fun memory there of their wedding and leaving the reception on April 15th. Happy anniversary again to MJ and Caroline, and thank you to Moose and Amy Stovall. All right, that's our time for today. We appreciate your being with us. Thanks to Alfred Anderson, who was on with us, selected to the Texas High School Football Hall of Fame ceremony coming up on May the 9th. Tickets available through the Texas Sports Hall of Fame, so check that out. Really good conversation with Alfred Anderson. Lord willing, we'll be back with you tomorrow. We're looking forward to that. 9 a.m. hour Central Time. Our show always available archived on YouTube, on Facebook, on X. Check it out there. And if you are so inclined, if you could follow, if you could subscribe, that'll get you a note that'll remind you about the show every day. So we appreciate your being with us. Thanks to Brandon. Thanks to Garrett. And Lord willing, we'll talk to you tomorrow at 9. John Morris Show, brought to you by Alliance Bank Central Texas and by the Brazos Landing. Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
At DeCampley's Italian Ristorante, we are committed to providing an authentic Italian experience. Through exceptional service, delicious food, and a family environment, we want our guests to create memories that they will want to share with their family and friends. Open for lunch and dinner Monday through Saturday, closed on Sundays. Make your reservation today. Check us out on Facebook and at decampleys.com.
My name is David Maddox, owner of Waco Foundation Repair. I've been in business right at 20 years, incorporated since 2003, and nonstop, very busy business to be in. We stay plenty busy with this good old Central Texas ground that constantly moves and does its thing. If you think you have foundation repair issues, call Waco Foundation Repair today.
The Riesel Fair is back and bigger than ever. Bring the whole family for a day packed with fun, from thrilling rides, delicious food, local vendors, and live music Friday night. Saturday music begins at 2 p.m. Admission is $5 for adults, 2 to 12 years, $3. 2 and under are free. Mark your calendar and join us for the Riesel Fair, May 7th through 9th. The Riesel Fair, where memories are waiting just for you.
Spring has sprung, and now's a great time to schedule a checkup for your vehicle. As Texas weather changes, it's important to make sure you and your loved ones are safe on the road. Request an appointment online at CompleteCarCareCenter.com today. We're equipped to handle all major and minor repairs on your vehicle. Our experienced technicians can check the health of your tires and inspect your vehicle for any unseen issues. Kish Complete Car Care Center at 5300 Franklin, where we take pride in keeping individuals safe honestly.